Happy Tuesday if you're listening on a Tuesday. Otherwise, we hope you're having an amazing week. It is Liv and I today.
Finally. It feels like forever. I'm like, some privacy. I'm back in my OG chair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it'll be good. We're just going to have a little catch up. Does feel like it's been ages since it's been us. Missed you.
I know. B and I were reflecting after having a few guests on, and we noticed that the way that we sit and how much we can see each other really compromises our dynamic and like that little lack of connection that we can have in a group setting.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nice to be face to face today.
Yeah, it's funny because obviously if you've watched the video, she'll be sitting next to me just so we can both be looking at the guests for camera purposes, but then we can't see each other. So every time I will look at Olivia, she thinks I'm side-eyeing.
I'm like, she hates everything I'm saying.
Oh, I know. And sometimes I watch back the video and I'm like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I'm just like.
Yeah. But it's okay. We debriefed afterwards. We know what to tweak for next time. And
Justin's going to love it.
Yeah. Another change. Anyway, well, it's nice to be, as we said, back together.
Mm-hmm.
Great opportunity to give some life updates, recap on the weekend just gone, how we're feeling after having a few guests, because, you know, that we kind of just hit the ground running with that the last few months.
Pretty much winged all of it.
Yeah. And you learn so much. You're like, oh my God, being a host is so different to just having a conversation with someone.
Yeah, for sure.
So we'll dive into all of that. We also asked you guys to send in some assumptions, things that you might need advice on. And what else did we ask?
If they've got any stories, but
we literally just put a question box up. Just leave it at that.
A couple of hours ago. So
whatever
we've got. We haven't even looked at.
Yeah. And we also, I thought it would be cute if we added some things that we're loving lately.
Mm-hmm.
Any, I don't know, mantras that have stuck with us or things we've come across on social media. Yeah, we're just going to have a little chit chat.
Yeah.
Little catch up for B and I, but also for you guys. So enjoy. This is Live and Let B
with Liv and B. I feel like it's just been a lot has been going on over the last month.
We actually haven't done any life date.
Yeah. Life dates. We haven't.
Me just subtly trying to jump straight into your dating life.
Since the Miss Universe, after all that and the ski trip and stuff, we haven't done any of it.
Any like personal.
Holy shit. That was in September.
God damn, we got to get better.
Shit. Well, maybe you start.
Let's start with how we're feeling today.
Oh gosh, no, because then we'll be your face.
I just need to get it off my chest. I have gas pains, guys. And that doesn't mean that I'm gassy. This means I've got like stomach cramps. So if I'm looking a bit uncomfortable throughout today's episode, there's that reason. And if you have any remedies, because it happens quite a bit actually.
Really?
Yeah, and I haven't been able to narrow down why, like what the trigger is.
Have you chat GPT'd it?
Yeah. I don't know.
What did it say?
Gum?
Nah,
actually I don't know what it says.
I'll have a look. Why do you think you get
it can be after having like acidic foods.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, what you ate, how you ate, gut bacteria, hormones, food intolerances, stress and anxiety. All of those can cause it.
Yeah.
They're pretty much just life.
Like literally just being alive.
Yeah.
And maybe even, you know how they say you shouldn't drink a lot of water straight after you eat?
Yep.
And you see all those diagrams of like what it does in your stomach and stuff.
Crazy.
So we just don't really know, but.
Yeah. Well, anyway. Olivia's a bit uncomfortable. So if we see her and she's trying to navigate the top. But anyway, let's start with how was your weekend? What did you do? I don't even know what you really did last weekend. And pretty much a quick little summary of if anything has stood out to you over the last month that's been like something new, a scenario you've had to
navigate,
face, anything like that?
Love that. That was very good hosting from you. I'm in the guest seat after all. So the weekend just gone. Saturday night, Saturday day, I woke up and I'm in my ovulation phase. So I'm full of energy and I was like, I need to get my energy out. I feel like boxing, but the class that I usually go to was booked out. So then I text Jack and I'm like, what are you doing? When do you finish? He's like, I'm training with a mate. You can maybe come afterwards. And then I was like, oh, okay. Like every attempt of making a plan to exert this energy is failing. And I'm like getting irritable. Anyway, I ended up meeting Jack at the gym that he works at, watched him box with his boxing trainer. Then I got the itch even more and I'm like, I want to box.
Mm.
And then Jack was exhausted, so we left the gym and I was like,
you
okay.
didn't box?
No, because
Why?
With who?
The bag.
There's no bag there.
Oh.
Anyway, I messaged Luca. And if you guys are OGs, you'll know who Luca is. And I was like, any chance? And he goes, yep, I'll see you at lunchtime. So
Legend.
Spontaneous session with Luca and that was really good. And then I had family dinner with Dad, my brother, his partner, and Isabel.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to a little like modern, Asian fusion place in Chevron. So that was really nice. And we went and got ice cream and so it was really wholesome Saturday night. And then Sunday I invited a girlfriend, her fiance and their son. He's just under 2 years old. Invited them over for an early barbecue and so obviously the whole day was spent cleaning the house and getting it ready as you do.
Mm-hmm.
And that was really nice. It was quite a wholesome weekend for me.
Nice. Sounds very wholesome.
Well,
you need to have a barbecue at your house. I feel like it's
I need to have a barbecue at your house.
I feel like summertime it's prime.
Yep.
Do barbies. Even at mine, got the pool, dogs. It's just very
feels
wholesome.
Like you're living your life. I feel like we should bounce back to you because I don't want to just keep talking this whole time. How was your weekend?
Yeah, it was great. I did the opposite. I've been wholesome for the last few months, weekends. I feel like. Yeah, it's been, even this year, it's been very, very chill. Haven't been going out that much. So I was excited to go out this weekend. It was one of the girls' birthdays. So we went to this place in Burleigh, had a few drinks and backed it up the next day. Had more drinks and I was in my zone. I thought I'd be sitting there being like, I don't want to drink, but I was.
Something ticked over.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's definitely times where you start drinking and you can feel that it's not really the vibe. Like,
yeah.
And then there's other times where you go, oh, this feels a little bit nice.
I'm still here. Yeah. So it was good. And because obviously you just want your friend to have a good time too. So I'm like, I've got to bring the energy for her and show up the next day. I woke up with a bit of a hangover on the Saturday, but we had a good night and it was fun. Still home at reasonable hour.
Yep. Sunday
just chilled. Olivia and I had our little rebrand shoot on the Friday.
Rebrand.
The rebrand. Hardly a rebrand.
Yeah,
it literally took us half an hour.
It sounds so like professional.
Yeah.
But we literally just got my sister to do a drive-by of the studio pretty much.
Yeah.
And take some digi photos in the natural light. But we have fresh photos.
Yeah.
Our original DP was not even intended for that. We were out for B's birthday. Yeah. And it was just like the first photo we got together on a Canon G7X. And we're like, yep.
Yeah, this is it.
That's the one. It's not the one.
Nah. So I'm glad we did that little refresh. And I feel like for us, we've had 2 attempts at doing this big shoot. And Olivia and I will sit there and be like, all right, rebrand shoot, we're thinking this, we do up like mood boards and it just goes a bit out of hand. And then when we go to book everything in with like a photographer, a makeup artist, fucking studio, all this shit, we go, hold on, this is not us. Like we're going to walk in and be like, all right, we're done after 20 minutes when really we have a whole team there that need an hour or two to make it beneficial. And we just don't need that time unless it's a big in a year's time or 2 years' time.
Unless we need multiple images.
Which we never will.
Unless we start merch or something and we put our faces on a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Probably won't ever happen.
We still use those
You're
pics.
still getting the fucking DIY digipics that we just took on those shirts.
Yeah. So we've definitely, I remember even when we first were launching, I had this fucking weird, like grand idea of this whole like pretty much music video.
Lights. We need a studio. We need lights.
Get a car and get out of the car.
Cinematic shots.
Yeah.
We need mystery at the start.
It would
Hair
still
rollers.
be really cool.
Yeah. But like get over ourselves.
I know.
We ended up doing the cutest little video though.
Yeah. But anyway, so I'm glad we were realistic and got it done. Makes us feel better about going into the new year with a little bit of a freshen up.
Yeah. Photo that more aligns with us now.
Yeah.
The colours. We know our colours now.
Yeah.
So it's reflective of that first guest we had on. Jamie, shout out.
It does make a huge difference. I've gone into a lot of things when I go to buy new clothes or whatever it is. I always am thinking about it now. I'm like, hold on, I always type slate grey, light pink before anything.
Yeah.
Because it makes a huge difference.
Yeah. I do definitely feel different in colours that are in my palette for sure.
Yeah.
And as soon as you feel that like, oh, like something's not right, I could go straight to it's the colour.
Mm-hmm. Even silver jewelry. I was always gold. So I've gone to silver.
Wow.
So
Jamie, if you listen.
You did wonders.
She always like positively reinforces us too in the DMs. She's like, what perfect ladies, both in your palette.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes.
Yeah. I remember straight up she was like, oh my God. Like I think she gets excited, which she would when people actually listen to you and you can see the difference in your face, even your makeup, how you do your makeup now, and you just minimize a lot of it. Yeah. But what else? So we did that. Oh, I saved a duckling.
Oh, you did.
Dude.
She went full bloody Bindi Owen, Steve Owen. Which one do you want to be out of those two?
Both is bloody.
Yeah.
Yeah. My friend calls me Bindi.
That's so cute.
But I was honestly crying about it for the 2 days following. I was sitting talking to my friend about it. She lives overseas. So it's like delayed for her. Yeah. So then she brought it up again the next day. Yeah. And so I'm sitting in my bed crying, like
recounting
bawling.
This whole ordeal.
Because I just felt so bad that I didn't actually protect it.
But you did.
Yeah.
Tell the story.
So I was walking out. It was like just midweek. I was going to meet one of the girls. So I was already in a rush.
That's unlike you.
Standard, yeah. And I came out of my house in the car driving it. And I don't know how I even heard it. I think I was looking. I've got like a canal opposite my house. And I looked over in the canal because we always have ducklings around, especially this time of year. They all have them around this time of year. And so I looked and I saw something just like going under the water and then popping up. And then this seagull was like in the water. And there was a lot of commotion. And I clocked it and I was like, what's going on? So I pulled over and I get out of my car and I like walk down and I was watching and I would see this little thing pop up and then the seagull's pushing it down. And then it would pop up and I'm like, oh my God. And I clocked what it was. I'm like, that is a duckling. That is a baby. So what they were doing, there was like full circling him. 4 or 5 of these seagulls and what they do, drowning them. They want to and he'd do it with his beak, pop it down and hold it down with his foot.
But what for?
I think they would just play and then they would probably eat them. Like, do you reckon they'd eat it?
Birds don't eat birds.
Well, it's still meat. Like seagulls probably would eat it, right? Do you reckon?
Seagull? A seagull?
Seagull.
I suppose you're close enough to the beach.
Yeah, they would eat. I think they eat fish. They would eat that. I reckon they would.
Why would seagulls attack ducklings? Seagulls will attack ducklings mainly for food.
Told ya.
It's brutal, but it's normal animal behavior.
Told ya.
They're
eat it.
Oh my God. Opportunistic?
Sure.
Yeah, that'll do. Predators.
Told ya.
You dirty fucking
Yeah, they
rats.
would eat it. And so I'm watching it and this poor little thing, they are huge. Like they are so big to him and they just kept doing it. And I've run down, had to cross over this fucking sewerage thing, jump over, and he's then made it to like the beach, the sand, and he got up on the sand. He was like
exhausted.
And they're coming still. And then he ran. And then you know how like the canals, you go up and then it goes up onto like the grass area. But there was big like hill.
Like a retaining wall.
And he was trying to get up. And then I've gone over and I've grabbed him as he's trying to jump up. And I just took him
like no hesitation?
No hesitation at all. And I took him into my car and I sat with him literally for like 30 minutes. And I was just crying in my car. And he's got so comfy.
Justin's
like
he's listened to this.
And I put him up and there's this video and he's like his little feet.
He's so cute.
Oh my God.
I just get a video from B and she's got this duckling like gnawing at her neck and she's crying. I'm like, what's going on? Hold up, I need the backstory.
I know. Anyway, and I sat with him for a bit and he was just cuddling in and he got really like relaxed. And then I'm like, fuck, what do I do? Do I keep it? Do I put it back? I don't know. And then I looked over and I saw there was like 8 or 9 other ducklings across the canal. So basically he's just gotten away from the crew, I think because he was the smallest one. And then I saw them and I was like, all right, I need to put him back. Went over there. And he just didn't want to go. He didn't. He was like so content and warm in my top. And then I put him back out. It was windy and cold and he joined his family. But then I look over and the seagulls, they just wait for it. Like they're just circling, I think, until one of them drops off. And because he's the smallest, I think, I don't know, the mum, I think they just leave him. Like they leave the smallest. That's why I was so upset after and I was just crying.
Yeah.
But
circle of life.
Yeah.
Brutal.
And I was just thinking too, so many obstacles, like what you said, they have to get through so many obstacles just in one day. Think of like all the stuff underneath the water. The fish see their little feet and grab them because they think it's food. Kill them. So that's why it goes from like 10 to
We have Justin's undivided attention, if you guys are wondering.
That's why they go from like 10, because when we first they have them, there's like 10. And then now we see them, there's like 4. And I'm like, where have they gone?
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was really sad.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much that goes on in the circle of life that we just don't see. So when it comes to stuff like this, like, yeah, you feel like, oh, did I do enough? Did I protect it? But you did as much as you could, unless, you know, your mum and I were there because we would have convinced you to keep it.
Well, mum did convince me. I was like, Mum.
Once you already dropped it off?
No, I had it still. And I was like, are you being legit? And then I saw the family. I'm like, do I take it away from its family? And then the obstacles at my house are my 2 American staffies, my 2 fucking cats.
Yeah.
And then what? Imagine they kill it at my own house.
Nah.
I would.
Nah, I think you did the right thing.
Yeah. But I was watching the video like for 2 days after and I was just crying, bawling because he was just so innocent. He was just cuddled and so safe and his little feet. Anyway, think of this morning, right? I've had that happen. I go meet my friend at the cafe. I'm sitting at the cafe. And she goes, oh my God, don't turn around. But
So-and-so's behind
old
you.
mate's coming behind you. And I'll give context on old mate soon. But it was this guy that I hadn't seen since we had, I guess, called it. And so he was coming. I'm like, fuck me, what is going on?
That's always such a weird feeling when there's nothing, like there's no reason for you to have a feeling of like, ugh, but you just naturally do. I'm sure it was fine, but you still would have had that initial like, ooh, like.
Yeah. And just because think of how when you're flustered, like this has just happened. I'm now running late to see my friend. She's been waiting at the cafe for like 20 minutes. All I sent to her was no context, just the same photo with the duck. I'm like, just trying to figure out this, be there soon.
Yeah.
She's like, what? So then I get there, I'm already a bit flustered. I'm
my
like,
gosh.
so sorry, blah, blah, blah. And then that happens. I'm like, oh my God.
No.
Anyway.
You're like, can I just take a breath?
Yeah.
Go away.
But it always, happens like that.
Yeah. It's kind of a blessing in disguise because maybe you were a bit too scattered with your thoughts to like, I don't know, think about it in a different way.
Yeah.
You're just like, okay, whatever. So did you greet this person?
Yeah, I think he came up and said hi, and I obviously tried to make him feel as comfortable as possible because I'm sitting with my friend. And I could tell he was a little bit taken back too and a bit low energy when he saw me. So I was trying to make him feel as comfortable as possible. He's probably thinking, shut up. I'm like, oh my God, I just saved this duck. Like, I'm just having this duck, showing him photos on my phone. He's probably like, I don't want to see your phone. Like, I don't want to see photos of you. And then his dog is jumping up on me and like licking me. And I'm like, hi. Like, I don't know. I hope I didn't say, did you miss me? But I don't know if I said that in the moment.
Yeah, but that was to the dog.
To the dog, yeah.
So it's not your fault if you heard that.
Yeah. But again, he's probably like,
yeah.
But I tried to make him feel comfortable, and then he just went inside and whatever. It was fine. But yeah, it's always funny when you do have a breakdown, which nothing bad happened, and then you have to see them. And I'm used to things happening in a bad way, so then you don't have to speak to them. Whereas I'm not used to still keeping that
amicable sort of.
Yeah.
Well, relatively
amicable.
Just like you guys both maintained respect and maturity throughout that tough conversation of, hey, I've really enjoyed spending time with you.
Yeah.
For a couple of months, but for now things aren't as clear as I'd like them to be. So that's where we should leave it. So it is weird to walk away when you're like, oh, you handled that so well. Should I like you?
Yeah, I'm like, what? But nah, it was definitely so it's just, take it back because I don't think we've even spoken. Obviously, I wouldn't have mentioned any of this on the podcast. And this is, I think I feel like you and I were very honest about what's happening in the moment. But I think there's still that level of respect is like if you don't know what's going on, we kind of like to wait until we talk about it on the podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's out of respect for the person involved. And you don't want them to catch wind of a section of the episode and then they interpret it incorrectly, and then that can change the real life dynamic.
Yeah.
So it makes sense to kind of
wait,
figure it out first.
Yeah.
Then debrief.
Yeah. So it's been long enough to obviously mention it. But I was seeing this guy for probably about, I would say 3 months, 3 to almost 4 months. It was getting to that 4-month mark. And at the start, I would say this is probably the most serious I took something in probably like 2 years.
Well, I guess,
would say.
Yeah. Yeah. But you did set that strong intention of wanting to commit as much as you could to really see what it was.
Yeah, that was definitely an intention. In like going into it, I was like, right, I'm not gonna mess around. At the start, obviously, it took me a little bit to get there, and I was still like, oh, like in that time of life, there was a lot going on. So I'm like, oh, look, I can't give you that energy that you probably want for at least a month. So if you want to hang around, then that's fine. And he did. And then in the 2 to 3 month mark, I was like, okay, if I'm going to be committing time, energy, I need to be doing it properly. Like I need to be completely committed to this person, spend time, let my wall down and see what happens. And I did. And it was easy for me to let my wall down, which I was happy about because usually like I would think that it would take me a little bit to get there. But he was so sweet, so lovely, reliable, like everything that I was probably looking for at that time in the way of those traits. But then as time went on, I was like, what's important to me is, I guess, the compatibility with like energy in the way of boosting me up to want to be the best version of me, if that makes sense. Like I feel like at the moment in my life, I've got the core things of what I am and what I want in myself. So then when I'm going to commit to someone long term, you
need them to inspire new sort of characteristics and qualities.
Yeah. And I need to admire them and want to chase them and be like, fuck, that's so cool. Like I see the passion in their eyes when they're talking about something, or they just have this energy that I really want to be like or want to be around, because all my friends are like that. So it's really hard to not have a partner like that.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying he, didn't have aspects of that. I think it was just for me and what I need long term, it was starting to become clear that it might not be compatible.
Yeah.
And it was getting again to that 3-4 months where he was very upfront on how he was feeling and what he wanted, and I couldn't say the same thing. That
makes you look inward.
Yeah. And I just remember being like, fuck, like it's not fair if I'm not 100%, because he's, getting to the age where he wants to settle down. Obviously I want to as well. So I don't think wasting another 3 to 4 months in hopes of this coming when I know in my gut it's not going to be there and it's not going to change in that way. And it was so hard because it's like there's nothing wrong.
Yeah.
But there's just something
and nothing bad.
No, nothing wrong, nothing bad. It was very steady, comfortable, and I could have gone on and it would have been fine and it would have been really nice. But that was just like
only you know what was missing.
Yeah.
And I don't think you could explain it. You could try and explain it, but no one else will ever understand what was missing for you in that dynamic.
Yeah.
Well, you should be proud of yourself for committing to, those few months and putting your walls down. I just thought of that TikTok I sent you, and it was like, another date where we both fell in love with me.
You're like, this is you.
Yeah, but it is nice that even though, you invest all this time and energy and you are vulnerable and you, get intimate with people, even if that doesn't work out, you still have that reward of how you've connected with yourself and what you've learned for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just nice, I think, for anyone. And I guess the takeaway is like you always know in your gut what's truly there deep down. And that, again, reinforced that trust your gut, because I always say it and I try to always do it. And that made that clear as well, because in your gut there's always something missing. And I'm like, why can't I get there? Why can't I fully get there with this person when I'm doing all the right things to get there? And it just wasn't there. So I think it's nice to have still value that time and be honest and really try for, even if it's for 2 months, 3 months, whatever it is, don't even put a time limit on it. It is what it is. And then really have a mature conversation, which is important because you are dealing with someone else's feelings. And I took that really seriously. Like I was very
empathetic,
which, I wouldn't I think that's come with age too,
Yeah.
because I wouldn't really think of things that deeply, but I was very empathetic and wanted to give him space to even come back to me after a couple days or whenever he needed, when you have those questions of trying to find clarity or closure, to come to me, we can chat. And I think that it's never going to be nice. So it's never,
either.
But
yeah, when somebody wants something more than you, you're never going to be able to say enough to make it okay for them.
Yeah.
That's the tricky thing.
Yeah. But we're one step closer. Like, I think it's nice to be like, all right, well, then we are getting closer to what you really want, what you value.
Yeah.
And still having a realistic expectation. And I feel like the core traits are obviously the things that aren't materialistic or aren't any of the things that are shallow. And I know I value all of that, but I still value the chemistry and the passion, and all those things do matter. And I think asking for that isn't too much. And I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like having a high standard but still being realistic and open is something that you can do. Like, it's not asking for too much in this stage of life either. I'm like, I know what I'm looking for. So
I think, like, yes, a high standard, but it's kind of just an honest standard. And when you're constantly checking in with yourself through experiencing a new dynamic, that's when you learn how that person's impacting you and what that compatibility is, and if that connection is inspiring you to be better and, you know, look ahead and think, oh, more is possible because I have this person by my side. And if you don't feel that, then you're kind of doing yourself a disservice to commit to something just because it feels steady and comfortable and on paper it makes sense. But yeah, you might meet someone and they have, you know, 5 out of the 6 qualities that you do like, and you go, oh, I wish they had that 6th quality that old mate had, but then they have something else that he didn't, and then you can sort of make sense of the compromises that you make. But I think it's fair to say that you don't have to make any compromises. Like, there is someone out there that will give it all to you. And like, that's not to say you don't, you know, have growth to do together, and maybe they're not where they want to be in their career and you enter their life at that time, but you can have it all when you're looking for a partner. I was going to say something else, but I forgot. If any of you guys are in this position where you feel like you have to let go of a good thing because of something that you feel in your gut, a mantra I kind of love to circle, I guess, recycle, is that everything is as temporary as you want it to be. And that doesn't mean, you go, I don't want to date you anymore, see ya. And then you're just telling yourself, I can just get him back. Like, obviously it comes with some sort of etiquette, but nothing is set in stone. Nothing is concrete. So yes, this might be the end, but if it's meant for you, it will come back.
Yeah. And I think that's what helped take the pressure off as well, was, yes, you're making this decision and you have to sort of word it in, this is what's happening. But again, who fucking knows what can happen?
But you can't say that to someone who doesn't want to end it either.
I know.
Like, but maybe, no, it's just something for you to internalize, to make you feel at peace with the hard decision. Yeah.
And again, it's hard because I think I was, like, look, I can't see, I don't know, which is true though. I don't know what's going to happen in the fucking a month or 2 months. I don't know what could happen tomorrow.
No.
But then I would say, but don't hold on to.
You can't give hope.
Don't hold on to hope. Go do you. I'll go do me. And if it does align, it aligns. But I can't. Yeah,
Yeah. No, I understand. Well, thanks for sharing that.
It's okay.
Not intimate details, but the the part of your life that is sort of, it is vulnerable when you're single and you start giving yourself to someone new because there's like so many external factors and things to try and comprehend. And what if you're not seeing something clearly? Like your brain goes off in all different paths.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's so many women our age too, dating and would be thinking of things seriously, which is a good thing. But I think it's still nice to trust your gut. You always know deep down. And when you do ignore those signs at the start, they're the things that do come out later. And then you end up building a resentment and all this stuff happens and it's just not worth it.
Yeah.
So I think it's okay to be alone, through that process of figuring things out. Like I don't think there's anything wrong with being alone after something didn't work out after a few months. That's not really a fail thing. You're backing yourself and trusting your decision making, which I think builds more confidence going into the next thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gives you a lot of clarity too. Even on past situationships or, people that you've met, when you exit out of something else with that sort of clarity, you can then reflect back and learn even more from past experiences. Like
for sure.
There's no regrets.
Yeah, for sure. So that's the update there in the love life. And then it's so weird. I feel like it's definitely something in the air at the moment with, I think it's like Mercury in retrograde. It is happening because it's
or it is?
It is.
Oh.
It definitely is happening.
Shit.
And they said just like you could be hearing from old flings or old things or weird things coming up, weird time. They said even don't sign anything, don't sign contracts during this time because it's very turbulent. I don't know.
Superstitious.
Yeah. I believe in all that stuff.
Can I have a pillow?
Yeah. But yeah, and it's like as soon as that ticked over, I get a call from a suitor.
A suitor, if you will.
And I was like, did he just?
What is the timing, hey?
Yeah. It's like they know as soon as something is done.
It's so weird.
It's so weird.
But we were debriefing about this ironic timing, and I feel like the universe does put clear examples of what you feel like you're missing. Not to say that this example is what you're missing, but it was a demonstration of an etiquette that you appreciate that maybe you were missing. So you're like, okay, this kind of confirms the path that I'm on, because I really liked how this person just did what they did, like came back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happens. It's weird, but I just am like, why?
What does this mean?
There's always the old ones. I'm like, hey, I'm looking for the new ones. So get out of here.
I found mine and he was, 7 years prior.
Yeah.
Came back from the dead.
And then you have that thought and you're like, fuck, does that mean you have to try? Like, do you do that mindset 2 months? Let's go. If it doesn't work, bye. For good. Like, do you have to do that? I don't know. Then I don't have the energy to do that.
No.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway.
Shit.
But it's fine. It'll be fun. I feel like over the next month or so, summer, it's always a good time to be out and about.
There's so much happening.
So much happening. So that'll be cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the main update there in the dating world.
It's kind of a nice shift to have happened towards the end of this year, because you're kind of starting the new year fresh.
Yeah, and it's just you go into a more serious time too, like bring them around friends and family, intimate settings, birthdays, New Year's, fucking all this stuff. Yeah. And I was like, I can't be doing that.
So if any potential suitors are listening, don't try and start dating B around like September, because if she's not into it, you're not going to family Christmas and she's going to break up with you. It's true though, when those things come, you're like, we've only been seeing each other for 2 months. It's their birthday. Do I get a gift? Am I invited to his birthday? Like, you have all these questions, and it can make things more serious than they're ready to be. If, you know, the timing's just off.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely something you think about. Whereas some people would think the opposite and be like, oh, fuck, I can't do this before this big event or this big date because that's just mean. And then it ends up being you're 6 months in. And you're like, shit.
You've done both birthdays.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a tricky one. I do think it's such a weird position to be in. You're late 20s, single, clear on what you want. You're really developing a strong relationship with yourself and your self-worth. You know, there's so many people who have been in relationships for years since high school and now they have families. I wonder what that would be like to, I guess, I don't know, just, I don't know, I can't speak on it really, but I do reflect on like the self-development that I'm having now in these years without the responsibility of kids. And only, you know, I don't know, even before my relationship, I was thinking this is such a privilege to be single at this time because I get to learn so much.
Yeah.
Not to say that, you know.
You can't still do that.
Yeah, but it just, when you're so young and then now you're limited on time, like, are you really getting that time to yourself to be with yourself and have a relationship with yourself?
That's why people, they do have midlife crisis or they have these freakouts, I guess, if they've been with someone for so long and they're like, shit, I haven't had this time to, figure it out.
Who am I? Yeah.
Who am I? Yeah. But anyway, it'll definitely be interesting the next 6 months or so, see what happens. But I feel really good about it. I was as in now reflecting back, I feel proud in how I handled it and how he handled it, and like props to him too. Like he was so mature and like emotionally intelligent, emotionally very mature, and like allowed me to then be that, which was really nice to have because I've never had that either. So it's definitely a really honourable trait in a guy and proves that it is out there. Yes, and men can handle conflict in the right way.
And rejection.
And yeah. Rejection is redirection.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to say that. That's your line.
In all aspects.
Yep. All right. What else?
Fuck. Definitely is going to listen to that.
Hey? I'll just make the title. Saying goodbye to beep. I'm kidding.
No, I think
goodbye.
I said it in the right way.
You said it perfectly.
I spoke just my personal experience.
Yep. Absolutely.
So.
Yeah, what else can we update on? This might be a little interesting topic for you guys, but for some reason I've started actually, I'm going to change that whole sentence.
She's like, actually,
So I've had my house for 5 years now. And in its life, I've changed the color schemes and the interior design, the furniture 3 major times. Like I've had 3 different couches, maybe like 6 different rugs, 2 different coffee tables. Anyway, I
still think you should be an interior designer. You're so good at it.
Thanks. Maybe in my spare time. But it's interesting you say that because the route that my feelings about my interior, the route that it's now taken is so different to how it's ever been. And I think this is just because I'm getting older and I'm having more value for a lived-in home, because I've been very clean, minimalistic, you know, get rid of any drink bottles that aren't within the color scheme, can't even be sitting on the bench, put the tape measure away if it's got red on it, like things are just like so tidy. And I've loved that era of it, and it's served a wonderful purpose, and a lot of people have loved following along that aesthetic of things. But I had this feeling one week and I was thinking, I'm not inspired in this space anymore. Something's got to change. And Jack's
moving out.
I'm going.
Going
Moving
to
on.
Jen's.
Going to Jen's. And then that was good. And then Jack's going, everything's fine. Look at the house you're in. Like, look at everything. It's beautiful. And I'm thinking, yes, it is. And he goes, we've got so many other things that should take priority. And I go, yes, I know, but something's got to change. So to validate these feelings, I simply took a plain white wall art off the wall and replaced it with an existing custom painting that one of the girls that follows me did for me a few years ago. And immediately that whole corner of the space shifted and the energy changed. And I go, okay, yeah, these feelings that I'm having, it is like something's changing with me that I need my space to evolve alongside of kind of. So I took to my followers because I thought, you guys love having an opinion. And it was such a rogue, spontaneous post and I didn't even think it would do well. But pretty much just put a montage of photos of all the different angles and aspects of the living and dining room and asked everyone, how do I make this more homey and warm? How do I add character to this space? And the response that I got, like inundated with everyone's opinions and what they're seeing. And it was so wonderful to have that conversation or have this open discussion and kind of go, look, I've come on here and shared my home and my interior design with the hopes of influencing, but now I want to be influenced by you guys. And so I'll share a few of the main tips. It was a lot of, add art.
A lot of colors.
Yeah, add art, add plants, remove any unnecessary ceiling fans and put low-hanging pendants.
Oh.
So that was, I thought that would completely change the dining room, but I also love a fan. I don't know if there would be other people that can relate to that, but I love just like low sort of breeze through the house. So we'll see. Also putting like a buffet sort of sideboard in the dining room so you can have servings, like serveware on there, more photo frames, places to kind of put things. So I'm in the midst of.
So you think those will be your biggest takeaways that you'll take is just the more art, the plants, the little buffet, the things that stood out the most.
Yep. So I've currently got a chocolate couch and there was it was beige, 2 beige rugs. I'm going to try and deepen that and put like a dark chocolate rug or some sort of dark. Yeah. That's just great for maintenance too because of the dogs.
Yeah, true.
And I ordered a dark timber buffet to put in the dining room. I also need to get rid of the stools around the dining table because I need comfort. Like all of my guests, I don't want them to feel like they need to, leave the dining table after eating because it's uncomfortable to sit on a bloody stool. Like we need backrests. Like we're getting to that age. Let's be realistic. So I'm still looking for dining chairs, but I've got 2 women that follow me doing custom art pieces.
Cool.
So cool. And I think that just makes it so much more special and sentimental that they've approached me. We're creating like a mood board together. They've got the spot in mind. They know where it's going to be. So that's in the works.
Nice.
Yeah.
So wait to see them.
I know. So that's kind of the update with the house.
That's fun.
Yeah. I was joking with Jack and I was thinking, imagine when I'm pregnant and you start nesting. I'm going to want to like knock the whole thing down. I'm like, gosh, if I'm already doing this stuff now, but.
No, but it's nice and I like how you reach out to people because they have been along for the whole journey since you bought your house
Mm.
and seen it go through different phases. So it's nice that they can input
Yeah.
and having their little touch in the house will be so cool.
Yeah. And I feel like I'm no longer scared of color. Like it's, if you told even like me from 2 years ago that I would buy a pink candle or pink flowers, she would be like, get off it, you're lying.
Wow.
And I said to Jack, I was like, instead of replacing this armchair, should we just get it reupholstered? And he goes, yeah, like tan leather. And I'm like, pink. And he goes, fuck off. And I'm like, no, I'm serious.
Oh my God.
But I actually think that theory of, oh my God, what is it? Fell so hard, he's made me like pink again. There's this whole trend that's going on. And it's like, and it like when I first saw it, I go, oh my God, that could be a real thing because like I actually am drawn more to pink. And because you're not trying to be so hard and hyper independent and masculine, when you see pink, it's not resonating with you. You're kind of like, ew, get that pink away from me. I'm not going to wear it. I'm not going to have it in the house. Like, I don't know what it is, but some girls will understand. And now I'm so drawn to it. I'm not scared of it. I kind of.
Not scared of pink.
Yeah. No, it's true.
I'm just picturing you.
I'm like, ew, disgusting. Like any pink thing that I would see.
It's a type of pink too. Like, surely you're not out here fucking with hot pink. Right?
No.
No, it's a soft.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck, I gotta get
I'm
rid
like, oh shit. No, but it's true. And
yeah, it makes sense.
if you guys feel like that makes sense to you, then leave it in the comments because I think it's so cool. Like I'm in my feminine so much more than I ever have been that I actually resonate with the most feminine color on the scale of colors. You know? That's a beautiful thing.
It's gorgeous. I'm gonna buy you pink flowers.
Oh, not all pink, like dashes of pink.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, do what you want. I'll be grateful.
Dashes.
Just a dash.
No, I love that. And it shows how much we're just growing.
Yeah.
In like these little things that pop up. It shows
The evolution.
Evolution. Shit.
Yeah. Let me know if you guys are
Who are we?
less scared of colors lately. What else can we talk about? I have an itch.
What else can we talk about?
Things we've been loving?
Things we've been loving. Podcast wise, and the podcast I've been loving and have for the last year or so. But if you like me and you like all of the conspiracy theories, I guess you could say, when really it's not conspiracy. They're actually all facts and they just call them conspiracy theorists. I've been following I've been watching Candace Owens, and she is a American author, journalist, and has like the biggest podcast in the world now. And basically she's been following closely this so this guy got assassinated in America. His name was Charlie Kirk, and he was like an American activist and would go around speaking at all these colleges and stuff in America. And he got shot at in front of everyone, like in front of the crowd. It's on film, everyone saw it. Yeah, it was fucking traumatic. If you saw the video, you know what I'm talking about.
It's pretty brutal.
And she was like best friends with him. Basically, she's just been following and trying to uncover who actually assassinated him because they're just trying to brush it under the rug. And I watched it today, and it's just crazy. All of what the government is trying to cover up, and it goes back to just all the things that they've covered up. I'm reading this book at the moment too. It's called Chaos, and it's about all of the like Charles Manson murders back in the day and how they said that he was just this crazy guy, blah, blah, blah. And it goes into like this thing called MK Ultra, which is all of the stuff that the CIA would do, like a psychology drug them and make them do all these things. And
to get confessions out of them.
It's sort of to make them do you know much about that? So it's basically what they would use even in the army and the so CIA, they would say they kidnap someone, how they would get stuff out of them essentially. They would drug them, torture them, and make them do all these things, say all these things that weren't necessarily true, but they would just need them to say things to make up their story, if that makes sense.
Yeah. It's called something. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. MK Ultra. So yeah, I'll read it out. It's just so interesting because it goes back to so many things. It's mainly US based, but just so many things that they would say has happened and we just believe it because we don't know anything else and it just moves on. It's like this big thing happens. They go, oh, yep, the president got assassinated. It was this person, this random guy that has never shot a gun before, but yeah, he got close enough to shoot a president. Yeah, let's move on. Like that we would believe, whereas now we've got social media, we can actually debunk so much stuff that they're not used to now. The old stories and the media and stuff just don't know how to handle it. So MK Ultra is a program that it's an illegal human experimental program designed and undertaken by the US Central Intelligence, so CIA, to develop procedures and identify drugs that could be used during interrogations to weaken individuals and force confessions through brainwashing and psychological torture.
Oh my God.
So they even said that they did that to Kanye West.
Holy shit.
It's so crazy. So that's what I'm that's what I'm interested in and what I've been reading and what I watch.
Yeah.
Essentially. Because there's just so much history that you just would have no idea about if it wasn't for this sort of thing. Michael Jackson's another one that I'm going down the rabbit hole about and what they did to him. So crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
You switch off and you go into a whole different world.
Yeah.
When you indulge in material.
Well, it's just so much of it is a lie. It is that we've been told forever, which is just crazy.
I haven't ever sort of dabbled in trying to understand anything. There was a word in my head that you guys didn't hear, but you just heard the end of the sentence.
I go on this huge and just like, yeah, I haven't tried to dabble into anything.
No, but I
understand anything.
It's so interesting in that world.
Yes.
Like conspiracy theories, politics, things that are happening in the world. Like I will admit, I've been so naive to all of those things. Like I guess I've just gone, okay, if it's not directly affecting me, and this is a very ignorant way of moving through life. But yeah, I haven't ever been encouraged to look into those things. There's not been conversations around, adults when I was young about politics or conspiracy theories. So I've not really had a reason to go down rabbit holes or watch things. Like, don't get me wrong, I love documentaries about people's lives and crazy things that have happened, but the way I indulge it starts and ends with that documentary and then I move on.
Yeah.
And it might just be because I have other things in my life that are taking that priority, that capacity of things, and I'm absorbing to learn in other areas. But hearing you talk about it, I'm like, I really should get amongst it. Yeah. I really should dabble because I want to know everything.
Well, different, interests as well. Like maybe that just doesn't interest you, or maybe it does. I don't know. But over the last few years, it's definitely interested me because there's just so much. And yeah, it might not affect you directly, but it's certainly, I think, it's just good to have that knowledge of what is going on in the world because there's so much happening and there is a potential that Australia could then become like this. Like I'm sure there's stuff going on in politics and stuff like that as well, but AI is another thing that is fucking scary that could be coming. Like it's just good to have that, I guess, in your head. That's why I sort of got into it. And I just love knowing I don't know, it's just crazy that, I could go talk about it for ages.
We should just do a whole episode so you can just unleash.
Me just sitting here
like, and this is what I found out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do think that my lack of interest as I've gotten older on worldly things comes like it's a projection of how confident I feel talking on them. Like any topic that I feel I'm not educated enough on talking on, I kind of remove from my entire reality and I just go, that's not something. Do you know what I mean? It's silly. Like it should be a reason for me to want to educate myself more.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you understand what I'm saying? Like
and that's why I got into it because I'm like, I want to be able to sit there and actually know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So that's why I would research all this stuff.
Yeah, whereas
to
I'd
have a
rather
conversation.
just not even have the conversation because I'm too scared that I'm going to say
the
something
wrong thing.
wrong.
Yeah.
But I think, I need to get over that.
Yeah, it's just cool to know because it's like when you're at a table or anywhere and you hear someone talk about it, you can then join the conversation and you actually can back yourself in that.
Yeah, I think
and builds confidence again.
I know. There's just so much to know about
there is a lot.
These things that I don't even think, even if I did spend, 2-3 years researching as much as I could about all this stuff and learning.
Yeah.
Still the person I am, I just wouldn't want to contribute in case I said the wrong thing because I wouldn't be able to. I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah. Sorry. So sorry. I didn't mean it.
I take it back.
Yeah. I mean, watch this space. Who knows?
Yeah. But there's a lot of people that it's just not an interest. There are a lot of people that it is. Like it's not really a huge deal. But books I like reading books. I feel like you get a lot out of that. You read books?
Mindset. I like to, but I know it's an excuse because you can always find time to read 10 minutes of a book. But I just think whenever I go, oh, should I pick up my book? I go, no, I should edit this job.
Yeah.
Or no, I should be trying to plan what we're going to talk about on the pod next week. Or I should help Jack in the yard. Or I should, I just can always go, oh, I should take the dogs for a walk.
Yeah.
But yeah, there'll be a time I'll reconnect. I used to love reading books as a kid.
Yeah. It goes through phases too where it's like more mindset books or just like fantasy novels and shit like that.
Yeah.
I like.
Well, while we're on the topic of absorbing materials, podcasts, books, all that.
Yeah.
I'll just rattle off a few that I've been listening to. Some mutual ones.
Yeah, I actually have no idea what podcasts you listen to.
Yeah, well,
other than
definitely,
ours.
Yeah. Well, ours, like hard out.
Yeah.
Multiple times. Just purely to see how we're changing and what we can do better.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Happy Hour.
Yes, I do listen to Happy Hour.
Goes without saying.
Yep, we might be going to their live show.
Yeah. Well, what?
Gold Coast live show.
Speak what you want to happen. We will.
We will.
I just started listening to She's on the Money. Mm-hmm. That's about like investing for beginners and more sort of money talk.
Yeah.
Because that's something I really want to learn more about next year.
Yeah.
Is actually get real with money, investing, what I can do with my property. Like there's just so much to learn.
Yeah, that's cool. I don't know much about that, so that would be good to learn about.
Who else? So Ali Simpson. I've been keeping up to date with all of her latest episodes. I think she only started I don't even know. I want to say like a month ago.
Not long ago.
Yeah, her latest one I was listening to on the way here, 20 Things I've Learned in My 20s, and they're all bang on.
Really?
Yeah, really good.
How old is she? Do you know? Is she like mid-20s
20
or our age?
27 maybe?
Okay. Yeah.
28? I don't know. Sorry, Ali, if I got that wrong. So sorry.
Around about.
And Sky and Callum.
Have you been listening?
Yeah, they're so funny. It is so funny. I actually love it because
oh gosh. Just his voice in general is funny.
yeah, but like I don't think there's an episode that goes by where one of them says a word the other doesn't know what it means or they can't pronounce it and then they correct each other. It's so good.
I saw he was on sitting next to this chick that had just come off Love Island, and it was like the guy asked them this question: what is 0 plus 0? And Callum said 2, and the girl said 0.5.
What?
I was
just
like,
for a laugh?
Come on. No, they were legit. They were legit.
It's 0, right?
Yes. Yes, it's 0. But they were sitting there going, he's like, wait, 2? And she's like, 0.5? What? That's like, how is that even a thing? So I can imagine their podcast just being that constant, wait, what does that mean?
Isn't 1 times 0 something different though? 10?
It's always 0. Yeah.
Fuck. I'm going to cut that out. I haven't dabbled in
trying to understand
anything, everything. I don't know what I said.
1 times, yeah, whenever it says just a 0, it's always 0 times.
Yep, that's
plus, yeah, then obviously.
Yep.
But yeah.
I'll stick to the finance podcast.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Anyway, so my what is it?
You like lighthearted stuff sometimes.
I like to see what other podcast duos
are doing. Yeah.
And at first whenever I'd feel like, oh wow, they're doing this really good, it would make me think, are we doing that good? But the longer we've been doing it, the more I'm really happy sitting in our lane and, being us, because we get, for example, might listen to Lucy and Nikki and their energy is always so great.
Yeah.
And their back and forth is between each other, the banter, they're so funny. They, I'll listen, I'm really enjoying this. It's really entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
And then you shift to our podcast and it's slower and it's calmer and I'm like, oh, like we don't have that energy. But then you get comments and it's like, love this about you guys. And I go, okay, it's not about trying to be the same as anyone else in the industry. It's about like figuring out, appreciating our strengths and our point of difference.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and I also just like supporting people in the industry.
100%.
Makes me feel like I'm doing my due diligence.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And that's like knowing Lucy quite well too. Like that is who she is. And Nikki, that's who she is. Like they're just being themselves. We be ourselves. Like when we go into a party, we're sometimes high energy, sometimes we're not. Like it's not that, that's not who we are. So it's like it's nice to see them genuinely being themselves and then us genuinely being ourselves. And what we talk about is what we're interested in. What they talk about is what they're interested in.
Yeah. I think when you start a business, you can very quickly be like, this is how I should be.
Yeah.
This is how I need to be.
Yeah.
To grow and get that reach. But there are no rules.
Yeah. And there's so many people freaking out there that there's never going to be a limit on who is going to listen to certain types of people. Like there's always a gap for our audience and what they enjoy. And yeah, we might not attract the same types of people that will listen to their podcasts, but I think that's why we all can do it.
There's room for
all of
everyone.
us.
Anyway, so if any of you guys are listening, we love you. Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
And I hope this was a little nice surprise to get a mention from us. But yeah, we see what everyone's doing.
Yeah.
And support you guys. And yeah.
Love it. We love to see it.
Right, let's go to our...
What have they bloody written in there? In our question box. You know what I do really want more of though? Is just more stories from our listeners. I think and I'm trying to figure out what would be easier. I'm speaking to you guys directly on what would be easier for you guys if you want us to actually get up a little form and then we can attach that form to make it easy just to write the stories.
Yeah.
Email, people going the email, I mean, that's easy to me because it's on our Instagram if it's on there. But I don't know, I feel like there would be so many people that can share a certain story and we're not getting that through. So I don't know what would make it easier.
I reckon voice recordings.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's like the easiest way. We can even, if you want it to be anonymous, we can
change
your voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, let us know if you want us to make a submission, like a submissions page, like where it's a website and it's like a, you know what I mean. But I do think that just voice memo us something.
Yeah.
Because then we can, and then you can say, don't play it or play it.
Yeah.
And that's easy.
And yeah, we want like moving into the new year, the guests we want to have on. I mean, I've loved all the choices of guests that we've had so far. And I love that it's just real life people. Moving forward, we want people with like cool jobs or retired cops or ambulance or like paramedics. Is that what they're called? Paramedics. I just listened to this really cool podcast and they just literally had a guy, a coroner. So the guy that like goes into crime scenes and like does all the dead bodies and shit. Someone like that. Just really cool people with cool jobs and have been through cool things and want to come on.
Yeah, I love it.
I love that
Manifesting.
stuff. Yeah, let's manifest for the new year.
Yeah. This one's for both of us. How do you cope with having smaller boobs? I'm such a small boob girl.
Oh my God.
And it's such an insecurity.
Really?
Girl, you come to the right place because I think B and I we love them.
Yeah.
I could not imagine trying to lug around some big titties.
I've never wanted to get a boob job.
Either.
Ever. I think having, smaller boobs is so much better. You can fit into so much. You can, I don't know, it just looks so elegant and it's so classy.
I mean, we can't discriminate against the big titty girls.
No,
but we're just
speaking from us.
We're advocating for the itty bitties.
Yeah, and I don't think there's anything wrong. And speaking, I don't know if her insecurities are coming from because of males or if it's just her own thing. But if I can give you an ounce of confidence in the male area, I've never had any man been like, oh, I wish you had bigger tits or anything like that. I've never felt insecure about it, having small boobs.
No, neither.
Which, yeah, I think that's something to remember too, that I don't even think if it's a nice guy, they're not going to care about that. But for yourself, I think embrace it. You can fit into more. I'm sure you look great.
You can, the style of top is so much, you can be so much more versatile.
Yeah.
But I also think as women, our boobs fluctuate so much. And I've always thought, whenever I've had a fleeting thought about boob jobs and then thinking, oh, like, would I ever want one? I just think it doesn't make sense to me to be breastfeeding with a thing in there. And then, sometimes they change and I just think, I don't want someone else, fucking around with that.
Yeah.
Anyway, you should embrace them, love them.
We love ours.
You can jump around. You can do high intensity workouts and,
Yeah.
Yep.
Love it. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, that was the first one.
Really? I love that.
Here's another one. Hey girls, I love the pod. Any advice for someone going through an eating disorder, specifically restricting eating? I have the most supportive family, a boyfriend and friends. However, I think I need to see a professional. I have never seen a therapist before and that scares me. Any advice? You can never predict what something's going to be like. So those, like the anxiety about seeing a therapist is from fake assumptions, or it's from assumptions, but none of it is true. And I'll guarantee you that if you do go, as soon as you're sitting across from someone, you'll be surprised at how you want to share, because they're professionals and they know what to ask and they make you feel safe. We did do a 2-part series on my struggles with an eating disorder, although that was with binge eating. And I know you mentioned yours is more restriction. It is relative in the sense that it is your brain.
Mm. Yeah, but I think even if she listened to those, you still get a lot of knowledge out of that. Like me not struggling with an eating disorder, I still learnt a lot here at listening to you. So I think she will definitely get a lot out of listening to those 2-part series. And I think you, in the description too, you put a therapist that you went and saw. Obviously she specializes in binge eating, but she might be able to help out.
Yeah. And a lot of people who do struggle with binge eating have been through a phase of restriction.
Mm-hmm.
So B's right. And I think it's all quite relative. And so those episodes are available for you. It might even be nice to watch those on YouTube if you need a second to be present and just put it up on the screen and indulge in all the information that we kind of threw out in those ones.
Yeah.
But sorry to hear that you're going through it, but also love that you know that you have a support system. So lean on them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next one. How do you both feel about your partner watching porn while you're in a relationship? Personally, I'm not okay with it.
I haven't personally experienced a partner or knowing of a partner watching porn in front of me or wanting to do it with me, but my initial instinct is it icks me out a little bit. Like I don't think watching porn, I actually think it's fucking with a lot of people's brains. Again, here comes my conspiracy. My conspiracy theorist brain. But watching porn is actually like seeing young guys, they would go to porn, and the way that is interpreting how a sexual encounter should be is so wrong and actually fucks with their mind on what is normal. And then they go into their relationship thinking they can do this and it's fine. I actually think porn is destroying like a lot of people's brains. Yeah. So I'm not for it.
Yeah. I'm not for it either, because I think it kind of demonstrates that there's something missing in your sex life with your partner. And I just think you can uncover so much about each other's sexuality by talking about it and working on it together. Not necessarily working on it, but like.
But sometimes it's not even an issue. They just love watching it. Like that for them is like their thing, and then they love having sex with you too. Sometimes it's just a thing that they get off on. It's weird.
Yeah. I think if I was in that situation though, I would think there's obviously something missing, because like why would you need to do that? Because you're obviously doing it to, get yourself off in your alone time.
Yeah.
Why do you have enough alone time to go and do that? I don't know. Yeah, I'm against it.
We're both against it.
Yeah, use your imagination. Shut your eyes or something. Shut your eyes and think about something. All right, one more advice. I need some advice. I live in Melbourne and I've been seeing a guy that lives on the Goldie. I've done long distance before where I actually moved countries, so I'm scared this could be a second time. What would be your advice for long distance relationships? I find myself keeping my walls up more than usual. Ooh, that's a big one to unpack.
Yeah, it's tricky. I mean, long distance, it's always going to be a bit harder. I think always having a plan to see each other is something that's needed. Otherwise, it can just go sort of months and you just it's going to fade out eventually. But I think if you know, all right, you've seen him, all right, we're going to make a plan to you come here next Friday, I come here next Friday, and set that plan before you leave each other.
Yeah.
Again, that helps. So you can prep.
Personally, I just wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't do it. Like, I know what I need and what I want in a relationship. And I think that it's different if you established a relationship with them in person, you live in the same area, you're used to that. And then for some reason it turns to long distance. That's different because you know what it really is when you're face to face and within the vicinity of each other. But trying to start and develop a relationship long distance, there's just so many added factors to it already. Like, no.
I've seen a lot work though. Like, a lot of my best mates started like that. And it actually, like, they loved it. They think it's healthy because it builds your communication, because you have to communicate because you're not going to be with each other. You can't just go and see them and be like, okay, I feel at ease. You have to actually speak, and then it still gives you that time to not be in each other's pockets, and then you have to actually make the commitment and effort. So sometimes,
that's a good point.
Sometimes it's good, but it can be hard if there's no sort of end goal on, what's going to happen. Eventually one of you is going to have to move. So
I suppose I was thinking as well, countries, because she originally said that she moved countries for a previous partner. So in my mind, I was thinking the long distance is countries apart, but she's saying Melbourne to Gold Coast.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, which is more realistic.
Yeah.
Like, I think that you can definitely, it slows down the pace, and like B said, the communication is essential even more so.
Yeah. It's hard having your wall up, because then how can you expect that person to really understand what's going on? I think you need to be more open in long distance, because they're not with you to see all those little traits and to know, like, to read the room sort of thing. So you kind of have to be more open, communication.
I think being hypervigilant of the effort that goes into the communication should give you more confidence to be more open. Like, you just have to really pay attention to their effort to then have that internal talk that encourages you to be more open. But there's risk involved in opening up to anyone. Yeah. So you just have to say fuck it and try.
Yeah, exactly.
But it makes sense to have that fear because of the big commitment she made, thinking it was probably going to be something, and then she's no longer with that person.
But again, you'd rather know now than in 6 months to a year time.
Yeah.
Right, guys. Well,
guess what? We don't actually need to say anything else, because we pre-recorded our outros. So see you guys.
Shit, we did.
We love you.
We should still say it every time.
Next week's episode's with a clinical psychologist about attachment styles, anxiety, how to identify it, how to deal with it.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that one.
Yeah, very good chat. So stay tuned for that, and we will see you next time.
Love you.
Love you.
If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe,
And just remember, sometimes you gotta live
and just let things be.